Good morning teacher and classmates. Today we are going to present a video about the Reconstruction era. Even while the war was in progress, Union politicians had been debating ways to achieve Reconstruction, bringing the South back into the Union. For President Lincoln, the major goal was to reunify the nation. But some congressional leaders favored a harsh Reconstruction plan designed to punish the South.
Lincoln and the Congress did agree on the certification of the Freedmen's Bureau. The black and white agents of the Bureau delivered food and health care and began to develop a public school system for Southerners. Also helped to reunite the families separated by slavery.
After the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson became president. He favored a plan that restored political power to Southerners if they merely swore allegiance to the United States. Under Johnson's plan, the South also had to accept the 13th Amendment. In return, the new president promised to uphold states' rights.
The radical Republicans divided the South into 5 military districts under the command of Union generals. As a condition of readmission to the Union, all Southern states were required to grant the vote to African American men. Radicals passed the 14th Amendment, which guaranteed full citizenship to all people that weren't in the United States.
African Americans signed up to exercise their new right of suffrage. Thus, by 1868, many Southern states had black elected officials. Congress remedied the imbalance between the North, that African Americans could not vote, and the South. They passed the 15th Amendment, which guaranteed that American men can vote.
African Americans scattered families, and built strong churches that also served as community centers, employment agencies, schoolhouses and centers of protest. For the first time, African American can legalize and celebrate their marriages, and they could study.
Organized secret societies such as the Ku Klux Klan used terror and violence against African Americans and their white supporters. A federal grand jury concluded that the chief goal of the Klan attacks was to keep Africans from voting. Congress passed federal laws to prevent attacks.
In the fall of 1873, a series of blank failures sparked a severe economic downturn. At the same time, a series of political scandals in the Grand Administration damaged the radical Republican. In 1872, Congress dissolved Freedmen's Bureau.
Southern white Democrats patiently devised the strategy for gaining political control of the South. They argued that Republican programs for public schools and road building resulted in higher taxes. In 1874 elections, the Republicans lost the control of the House of Representatives.
The presidential election of 1876 signaled the end of Reconstruction. Democratic candidate won the popular vote. But, electoral vote was in dispute. The states with the major quantity of electoral vote were Republican. So Republicans won with Rutherford Hayes as a president.
Radical Reconstruction failed in most of its aims. By the end of the century, the political rights of African Americans had eroded. The legal separation of the races became the law in all Southern states. Still, the Reconstruction did mark the beginning of the physical and economic rebuilding.
Created using Powtoon.